I look for the other button. I had it earlier today because I don't want it to fall in the dog's water.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that's not a very good place for that. And then I don't remember what I did with it. So see if I can just. Oh, I put it up here on top of the photo albums. That's what I did with it. Here, let's wrap it around Mr. Eagle.
That's a
Mr.
The eagle is really
Mr. Let's help that guy get a lot of money and his kids go to college for killing people in places we have no business being in. There we go.
Oh, that's good. Green,
Let's put this
orange,
guy over here.
green, orange, purple, blue,
Boop.
green.
See if it'll work. I need to put new batteries in them, I think. Oh, bam! Turn this guy on. I like that.
With the crosses and all the X's.
Let me grab this other one. I like the color of it. Hi Luna, I like the color of this one too. They're bug zappers too, so if mosquitoes happen to get in the trailer somehow, zap them! Zap them! Zap them! There. Multi-purpose lighting.
That works.
Huh?
It works.
Get the bad yayas away. It's my turtle rattle. Hi Stanley. Oh, Stanley came running.
Yeah.
No, I don't. That's not a cat toy. We don't need to confuse you. Sorry, buddy. We'll play later, buddy. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hayoke empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. About to lose my bandana. Where's my... I need my... It's on my... Huh? It's on my head. It's just falling back. I need one of these lights. I could not even imagine going to a freaking Taylor Swift concert in 2023. I think my head would explode. Oh my god. I'm glad I saw her when I saw her back then for the 1989 show, you know. People are doing too much. Good girl. Good girl, pretty lady. Watch her pop up. Pop. I put the dog kennel down up here, and so it's like a dog bunk bed. They like to lay inside it, and I cover the top of it, and they actually get more of a kick out of laying on top of it. So I put fluffy blanket so it's not grady on them.
So soft.
Huh? Yeah?
So
Is that
soft.
good? May I have a kiss? May I have a kiss? Oh, sister, bring it into me. Kiss a girl. Kiss a girl. Sister's a pretty lady. And she says, go away, you're embarrassing me. She smiles. She gets, she's smile, girl. She's good. Good girl. Oh, big yawn. Sucking mean. It's so pretty. So today's been kind of a weird day. The eclipse energy. I'm like, dude, I'm not even doing a talk. Yesterday, I'm like, nope. I'm not even. I'm just no. We got a lot of work done. The landlady came over, and the guy got up on the roof and changed the floater in the swamp cooler and all the pads in it, serviced it, reran the line because something chewed off the end of it, so they had to go. It's a 15-mile one way to get stuff. So like, you got communication is important, But the guy I met yesterday that was doing all the work, Ben, real knowledgeable electrician by trade, so he taught me things yesterday. That's what I do, man. I just look over the shoulder, Matt. Why are you doing that? And he had tricks, and I there's so much to be learned in life, you know. And so, and everybody was, and people were working in the yard and stuff, and yeah, I'd been kind of worried because, like, I butt heads with the neighbor kid. Well, no, I don't butt heads with him. He butts heads with me. And so I'm trying to not, I'm trying to, but I told the landlady yesterday, I said, I know a lot about, like, mental health and psychology, and I was in recovery for 15 years. I'm still living the life and the principles of those lifestyles without doing things. Good boy, Tuck. Lay down for a little bit, bud. We'll go walk around in a few. You want up on the chair? Good boy, bud. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Here, you want the chair? You want the pillow? Good boy. You want the pillow? Good boy. And he's just like this little tiny little, I know he's got, like, Napoleon complex, he's got all this hurt from when he was a kid, and people try and help him out, and he's just reacts, and he's very reaction, he just, and if he doesn't, it's just, he's just a dime a dozen. There's so many freaking dudes in the world that are like him. Women too, it don't matter the gender. It's just people that act these ways, They do this and then they act this way, And then I'm just like, he tried to talk me, and we got into it the other day, and I was trying not to talk to him. And I would, but, me say, no, we're not talking, we're not doing, I tried to do the guy a favor, and then he freaking yelled at me for asking for a tool back that I loaned him. Got it, girl? And I'm just like, oh, no. And then when my plant got stolen the other day, he was like, oh, I'm glad your plant got stolen. I was just like, some dipshit he has hanging out over here, probably. Not him. I don't think he did it. He's not that stupid. I know. She's trying to get comfy. No, she's trying to get comfy. She's looking for a comfy spot, and that ain't it. She'll probably go back and lay down. So, and I was on the phone with, like, my spiritual Mr. Iski, and then, like, it was just so too much. But I understand the eclipse energy. So I just, like, I turned the other cheek. That's what I did. I turned the other cheek. And then when the landlady came over yesterday, she came knocking on the door, and she's like, I saw the video that where you didn't do anything. Like, because I went up to, because his brother lives in the house up there with his wife and 3 kids, and they were getting ready to go to school, and I was just going to say, let her know that my plant, and, like, if she could look at her camera, right? And old boy comes walking up and starts like, get away from my family. And I'm like, dude, don't do this shit in front of the kids, man. You fucking loser. You can be a loser oven by yourself. There's a 7-year-old little girl. She's a Libra. She's very sensitive. The boys 13, 10, they don't need to see this before their uncle just being a dick to the neighbor lady. And oh boy, I'm like, what is it with every time little freaking lip dick pecker dudes freaking or big freaking, it don't matter, gender, whatever. Just like when somebody's trying to be insulting, they all say the same words, right? And I don't even identify with dyke. I'm like, what is even a dike? What's a dike? I don't even feel like a dike. You know? So I don't identify with what he's saying. You know? He's just trying to be ugly and spiteful.
He's spiteful.
Very spiteful, very ugly. And I'm just like, this is how people have fucking treated me my whole fucking life. Here's just another fucking asshole. He's just another asshole. You know, that I get to deal with from time to time. It was funny though. Sometimes God lets me see the karmic retribution, because that winch thing that I freaking let him use, the day my plant got stolen, it was laying on the ground by his car, so I just walked over, I grabbed it, I picked it, I said, I'm getting my shit back, motherfucker, you know? So I put it away. And so he's been like on a bender for like 3 days. I mean, this eclipse energy is clearly affecting him too. So it's like you hear his car will start about this time, so he could drive up to the freaking store to freaking buy booze or whatever, drink all night and sleep all day to get up at this. It's just, it's a cycle people get in, and they never get nothing done. It's crazy. It's just insanity. It's a loop. People get stuck in a loop of all kinds. My loops are a little bit broader and more productive. I feel more stuff in my loops, but God, whatever, dude. That's why I don't do that, because I don't want to act like that. So I don't do that, because I'll do that. If I do that, I'll do that. So to each his own, man. If you can do that and this, yay. I know there's those functioning ones, man, but that ain't me. So he came out like, I don't know, around noon or something. I did 2 trips to town today. One in the Suburban and one in the minivan. I'll talk about those in a little bit. And I freaking came, and I heard him out there like rawr, 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 grumping and grumbling and stuff. I peek out the window, and he's walking over, and he's like looking like by my plants under the porch and stuff like that. He's looking for the tool I took back. You know, like what? If I left it under the porch like I was originally gonna do. You know, I said I like to have my things in a plate, and it freaking popped off on me, started yelling at me. So, you know, all right, I'll like the tracks. I mean, I'll match your energy every time, brah. So, anyway, so his mom came over. She was like, you know, she put me at ease. You know, she's like, if you guys want to move, you can. But you know, I just want you to be happy. I said we're very happy here. I really do enjoy living here. We stay away from here. I said, but I said I know a lot about psychology and all that stuff. I said I know how to like avoid confrontation and stuff like that. At the same time, I'm nobody's little bitch. I'm not a little bitch, so I'm not gonna just fucking put up with this fucking bullshit just because he's mad at you. I gotta put up with his little fucking pampered ass. You know? I mean, the guy's like he's like, I think he's like 42. I mean, it's like, dude, what the fuck? How much time you got left? And are you going to, redeem yourself for being a fucking life force suck from just like people having to just like, all right, I guess I'll, talk to you later because this guy's yelling at me for asking you a fucking question because, whatever, because he's a little tiny dude, Dyke. So now I go outside and I'm the Dyke duck. Dyke's here. Dyke walking around. Here comes the Dyke. Look out, Dyke's coming through. Dyke. It's so stupid. So stupid. Hey, Stanley. And then we got my husband's a cop. Squawk. So 2 trips into town today. First trip, weird energies just today. First trip, I just went into Tractor Supply and to the post office, and I got this in the mail. And I saw these on like Facebook feeds, and I was like, man, those are really cool, right? And then I play the tape through. I gotta play the tape through with everything in life. It's just what I do is I play the tape through. And I say, okay, Margie, try to order it. The whole mail debacle with the Royal Hondo and getting it to you, right? Other people can get stuff to me from outside, not like personal mail. A girl from San Francisco sent me like a care package, or tried to return to sender from Albuquerque. People are just so lazy. They're just so lazy. I don't even know if it's incompetent, because I just think that they don't even feel like picking this up and taking it over here and putting it over there, because like, what do they care? They only get paid $15 an hour. Why should they? Right? Why should they? Anyway, mail's stupid. In the feds. I got one of these. And this way it says, a girl and her dogs, a bond that can't be broken. Oh shit, I keep forgetting to close it. I keep dumping water out. And then it's me and all my dogs. Artie Pants, Benny, me, Lunatico, and Tuck Tuck, the Mary Tucker Bill. So, even when they are gone in heaven at the Rainbow Bridge, waiting for me, they will still be with me. Isn't that cool, Ma? Isn't that cool? I thought that was, I'm like, God, man, people are good to me. So, that was the first trip. And then I went there, and then Tractor Supply. Got some potty pads. I use those for everything. I use those for so many things. Those are so handy for so many more things than just like pet stuff. Anyway, then came home, and then it was like, I let all the dogs out. The dogs go out like twice before like 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. So, but if I want to go into town, that gives me a nice window, because they're just going to nap for a couple hours. Mama was just waking up. It takes her more to wake up these days. The eclipse energy is really affecting her. She didn't get up until like freaking 9 or like 10. Like, it was so late, and then it throws my schedule off with her eating, and then it's just different. No biggie. We adapt to most anything and everything. Just something else to adapt to. So then I came back. I was like, okay, I'm gonna take the minivan in, give her some attention, and give her let her get her car wash, and she needs gas and stuff like that. And so went in, and I got a video, because I was gonna show Mom with like the headphones on, so she could experience like being in the car wash, because that's how Mom gets out, is I bring out in to her. And so I'm always, like, this would be cool. And it had like the rainbow colored freaking foamy soap and stuff. So, but I left my it was a whole debacle. I spent $12 on a car wash, right? Now, during the winter months, my car, and when it's cold, my car does this thing. My handle's broke. So I have to roll down the window to open the door or go out another door, right? So handle's broke, roll down the window, get out the door. So, but today, the weather's nice. I rolled it up and down a few times. There was no problem. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. This is fun to drive in it's not in the winter, it's a pain in the ass. It's less convenient, but when it's warmer, it works better. So, all right, cool. I should take off the panel and like dust off components and stuff like that. I'm not that ambitious. It's not that big of an inconvenience, I guess. So, I get my car wash. I go, and I roll the window down to put the code in, hit the button, the window won't go back up. I was like, are you kidding me right now? This is hilarious, right? This is so funny. And then a lady pulls in behind me in a Subaru. Subaru people are mostly agreeable. I've never really seen a hostile person in a Subaru wagon of any kind, Forester, whatever. So I get out. I said, "Here's the situation. My car's got tricks. She's got temperaments." I said, "My window is stuck in the down position." I said, "It won't take real long. Let me just, let me work on her. I'll talk real sweet to her. We'll get her up and I said, but just she's like, I got no place to be. I'm in no hurry." So, okay, great. Right? So I go back and I get in and it freaking right off, it rolls halfway up. I said, all right, we're all right, we're cool. Because I'd already put my code in too, right? And it's saying, come on, green light, go. So I'm like, I'm playing with it. I'm like, yeah, it's not going up. So I said, I can't hold this lady up. I said, let me drive through. You take my car wash. You just pull through behind me and then take mine, right? And then I'll just come back and then so I pull through, it goes to stop, and I go back behind, and then she pulls in. Or no, she was at the card thing, and she was like, and I was trying to get her to do. Or she said it wouldn't do anything. Is what she said. And I said, okay. Well, I tried. So she went in, got her car washed. Good girl. And as soon as I pull out, and then and as soon as I pull out, it starts going up and stuff. So I waited for her. I go in. And I guess I hit the other window switch because when it started, I got on the video of the streak coming down the window, and I realized that the window's cracked, and that streak is the water coming in from the inside. And I was like, confounded. A day in the life in a Heyoka. So I was like, crap, and I roll it up, and then I go on my way. I pull out, the van's nice and shiny. I look over, I had a crack in my window, right? I did. It came down, and it was starting to go back this way. Well, it did this weird thing and went straight down. So it finished. It completed. The crack in my windshield went from I don't know, it tripled in length, but I think it might be done. And it's not in my line of sight. It's kind of goes around and down on the passenger side. So I ain't worried about it. And besides, I live in New Mexico. Freaking straight up murder. People freaking murder people every day here. And they're out a year later if they even go to jail. It's just, I live in a lawless society. Everybody else is going to be able to catch up. And get their taste of what it's like to live in lawlessness. Because I've been living there already. So I was like, that was kind of a bummer. But it was bittersweet. Because I'm glad it finished its crack. And so the van looks nice. And I wasted a car wash. Sucked. $12 on a car wash. Wasted. I did go to Family Dollar. And this was kind of a God thing. Because they needed another hose to water the front yard because they got to run it all the way from up the hill at the neighbors. And so I bought one already, and I was like, man, and it was freaking $80 or something like that. Freaking ridiculous, right? Good girl, Luna. And so oh, I forgot about this. Good, thanks. Good call, Luna. And so I go to the Family Dollar and I walk in. And I just happen to look down there. These hoses, so they had $17 hoses, and I was really excited about that. And then I came home to freaking cut the packaging off. Freaking poked a hole in it. I was like, oh my god, what the frick is going on? But this is cool. Ran into a kid today at the Midtown Market here. He was out there selling his art. He had his string hung up, and he had some of his art hung up on it, and he had his poster that said space art. Space art, right? space art, and I was like, let me check this kid out. I knew what he was doing. It's what he did, had it was spray paint and stuff. And I walked up to him and I said, hello. I said, what tell me about this. And I said, what's your name? He said, Marcelo. I believe that's what he said, is Marcelo. I said, all right, Marcelo. I said, you like space art? I said, I do. I said, how much are they? He said, $10. I said, okay, I want one. I said, now I gotta finish. I gotta look at which one looks like it's the most familiar. And his dad was sitting over here on the floor. And he's like, the one that you recognize the most? I say, yep. So, yeah. So this is the one I got. So this kid's like 12 years old. Out there in front of a freaking... selling his freaking spray paint. So I said, I'm going to take this home. I'm going to put it on my refrigerator and show my mom. Isn't that real nice?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is very nice.
Yep. These are what God's little gifts, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Did you fall?
Mom, you always think I fall. I am a very clumsy person. No, I did not fall, Mom. I dropped a magnet. A magnet fell, not a Margie. It was a magnet, not a Margie. Alright. So, then I came home, get a drink of water. I just got a replacement glass for organ. And freaking, I was filling up. What was? I think it was Arizona. And Tucker came up behind me. And I took a step. And I thought he was going to go a different direction. Yeah. And he went in front of me. And I didn't want to step on him or kick him. So I did this weird thing. And I dropped the glass and it fucking shattered. The day that my windshield continued to crack, but then I got a replacement the same day. Okay. So that's how that works. Gotta let stuff go sometimes. I didn't have a very pleasant experience in Arizona anyway. So, okay. New picture and cup. Okay. Because I make notes of stuff I want to talk about. Broken glass and windshield. Wasted car washes. And new picture and a cup. And then I called today's talk 3.3 feet. I grew up in a place called Redding, California, Northern California. I refer to it as the armpit of California. If you think of like the in terms of if the region, if California was like a person sitting in like a chair, like a lounge chair sideways kind of thing, it would be the armpit. That's where it is. And that's kind of how it is too. It's not just where it is, it's how it is too, based on people's behavior. Oh yeah, there's a lot of people living their best versions of their life here. It's just, I mean, any place where there's so many people that just live just in so much struggle, while so the ratio is just really off, are living those best lives while that happens. I mean, can't we like get people squared away and then continue to do that? I was thinking about that today, working hard and playing hard. People used to work real hard and then they'd play real hard. And then at some point, I don't know when it happened. I only looked away for a second. I'm not sure exactly when it happened, but it happened, that's for sure. That people just said, no, we'll just skip out on all the work. We'll just play hard all the time. The thing of it is they never watched those like dirty jobs you know, and how it's made and stuff like that, and like all this stuff that they want to do to live their best version of their lives. It's usually a service or an item that's been made that's provided by other people that they couldn't enjoy if somebody else didn't do something that was sucky, you know. You can't have like you can't be living that best lifestyle, living the lap of luxury all the time, and not think that there's no freaking energetic ripple, any consequence of that. You know, God is supposed to be working through us to help people every day, every chance, every opportunity we come across. You know, by just keeping stuff clean or what, you know. Wow, there's all kinds of ways to be a service. And still, people are like, no, I'm just going to sit here on my couch and eat my food and all this wonderful, rich stuff and live the, you know, do la, 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 la. And it's like, no, dude, you don't got no ideas to go out and help nobody? Then you must not be touched by that same spirit of God, good orderly direction than I am. You must be serving a different God than me. And they are. They're serving the God of themselves, which is what Satan wants people to do. That's why all these other gods are winning, man. Good orderly direction is getting small as a whole. You know? It's getting real small. So 3.3 feet. There was I actually grew up in a place more specific called Central Valley, California. Central Valley. It's not even called Central Valley anymore. Now it's called the city of Shasta Lake. All right. Outside of the shitty city of Shasta Lake. There's a place called the Shasta Dam. And I don't know what's going on in the world now, but one time it was the third largest dam in the United States. I don't know where it ranks now. And we skipped school. I mean, that dam holds so much significance. I mean, it's how far across. I mean, I used to know all those stats off the top of my head, and everybody loves the dam, and it's like people have personal relationships with places. Like they can't connect with people in their family, but these places, you know, they have these personal relationships with these places and these landmarks and these things. Partially because of the memories that they hold because they go there with their families, but I don't know. I spent a lot of time there. We used to skip school, go up there, you know. Had a lot. It was just, I don't know. I got love for the lake too. Not before any other person though, you know, before people. Like, you know what I mean? And now that lake is 3.3 feet from being full. It hasn't been full for 18 years. 18 years. 18 years it hasn't been full. So that's a cycle. That's a cycle. So people are going to remember all the times that they were at the lake 18 years ago. And it was, see, I was 18 years ago. Where was I 18 years ago? How 20 years ago. See, this is a 20-year cycle coming up that I had this year that it just occurred to me that wrapped up. And that is 20 years ago. I was in Operation Iraqi bullshit. That whole shock and all stuff. I had my role in that, and I'm not going to get into it now. So yeah, 18 years. It hasn't been full, and people are flipping out, man. People are just going crazy. Although all of the bureaucrats that got paid in the last 18 years to maintain everything around there, you know, they didn't do it. Shasta Caverns did. Of course, they make an ass load of money every year. They got a cool setup between their cavern tours and their they got a dinner cruise. They eat a nice prime rib dinner and freaking cruise around on the lake. Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know, we did the dinner train one time. I did a dinner train one time. I got tickets for a friend of mine. I did that. I've done that stuff, you know. Just go to melodramas and have all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be cool, but lake is full, and I just think it just makes me. It's every time something like this happens, it just trips me out. Is like how loyal people get to like land, but they don't. They don't. It's just there, you know. They say that if the Shasta Dam cracked and broke, that Sacramento, which is 220 miles south, would see a wall of water 20 feet, 18 to 20 feet high, which I don't think that is an accurate statement. But it would take out a lot of that whole basin. That would wreck a lot of people's living that best life. You know what I mean? It's like people create these lives based on what people tell them that they should do about just going out and work hard and do this and do that. And I see it. I see it every day. I see it on news feeds. I see it on my feeds in social media. All these people that go around do everything they want. Every year, spring comes around, you would merge, from the winter. People are 10, 12 pounds heavier than they were last time you saw pictures of them in the fall. What'd they do for themselves? What do they do for anybody else? We got to bring back the work hard, man. We got to bring back the work hard. This country it's headed into a very dark time for this country. And I got a lot of viable skills. I'm willing to teach anybody that wants to learn anything that I got to teach. I'm down for it. Heck, people don't even like me.
Why do you say that?
They just don't. They just don't. People think I'm a know-it-all. I hate it. Because people see in me things that they don't like about themselves. Just like I see in people things in them that I don't like about myself. It's kind of how it goes. But I think I've been talking long enough. I said everything I wanted to say. I did carry a lot of good times in my, but people will revolve their lives around like that whole lifestyle of just going to the lake and houseboats and drinking and all that stuff. That's their loop. They're in the lake loop. And because I know people that I was in high school with, that I went on a houseboat with. We went, skiing, and it was like one of the most memorable times of my life. And with Diana and her dad and parents and stuff like that. And Amy cut her foot, and she sucks though. She sucks. That's what she gets. But so she had to leave early, but it was so fun, and so I get why people like go back to try and relive and have the same, get that same feeling of how if I go back and do a houseboat, maybe it'll feel as good as that first time, and people try to capture moments and capture things. And man, they waste so much of their present moments, which is our gifts, on that stuff, on just chasing memories without trying to make more. It's very unfortunate. Anyway, you know what? I don't know about those seeds, Jessica. I'm trying to germinate 2 of them still. 2 of them, I don't know what happened to them. One of them might have got dumped out on the carpet because the canister dumped over, and fucking that sucked. But the other one, nothing happened. And then the other one, I'm putting it in the sun to germinate it now, because it was too cool underneath where it was. So now it's like during this, it's just not, I know it's just got to pop like a little popcorn kernel. I just have to get the conditions right, got to soften the outside. I know they're no, I'm not. But the freebies ones, I broke one of them today, but I put him down and I think he might be okay. But they're growing okay, like the blue cheese, and that other one. But the ones that I'm just like, I don't know what these seeds are. They look like females to me. I'll try them. They're freaking like, they're growing every day. I said actually, as soon as I get off this talk here, I gotta bring them in. Because they're gonna be indoor, outdoor. Because ain't nobody's gonna steal more of my shit. Hey, you know what? It don't matter if it's crap weed. The cookies should. Did you make some with some butter? Did you do the whole decarb thing and all that jazz? That stuff. Um, it helps. If it does. There is a big difference between decarbing your flour and not decarbing your flour. I gave a buddy of mine that I was in the Air Force with. Uh, he got a one of those CPAP machines, so he modified it to frickin' smoke weed out of. So he sent me a video of that, and so I was like telling him about my cookies, and so I gave him the recipe. I said, you gotta decarb though. I use a toaster oven. And I'll just lay an ounce out, and I set it about at like 200, and put it lower, the flour on the lower, so it's not up by the toaster, the heating element, and then for like 20 minutes, and then when it dings, I'll kind of stir it around, and just because you want the moisture to leave the flour without evicting it. Without drying it and toasting it, because you toast it, you can do too far. So you just like leave moisture, get out of the flour. Go. I love it, man. You were like high for 2 or 3 hours. That's cool. Right on. Yeah, they're nice. I like eating them like. I mean, sometimes I'll eat them all day long. It depends on the energy. Like yesterday, I ate one. Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm not even dealing with this shit. I'm Scorpio moon, Aries sun, Cancer rising. All the energies right now. I mean, I'm just like, don't get steamed, chill. Yeah, stop, go. Oh, it's I don't know. It could be worse, but I gotta get it going because I gotta get plants in and get dogs out and Mom's still gotta brush teeth. And last night I said, "Mom, you want to brush teeth?" She's like, "No, I'm good." All right. She did before we went to bed though. So God's been good to us today. He's good to us every day. I just like to acknowledge it from time to time. Huh, Stanley? I got a little thing I can read. I think I meant to read it the other day. The Tao of Leadership, Heater, 1985. The wise leader is like water. Consider water. Water cleanses and refreshes all creature, without distinction and without judgment. Water freely, fearlessly, goes deep beneath the surface of things. Water is fluid and responsive. Water follows the law freely. Consider the leader. The leader works in any setting without complaint, with any person or issue that comes on the floor. The leader acts that all will benefit and services well regardless. Oh. I just evidently lost my ability to read. Regardless of the rate. Okay, let me consider the leader. The leader works in any setting without complaint. In any person or issue that comes on the floor, the leader acts that all will benefit and serves well regardless of the rate of pay. The leader speaks simply and honestly and intervenes in order to shed the light and create harmony. From watching the movements of water, the leader has learned that in acting, timing is everything. Like water, the leader is yielding because the leader does not push, the leader does not resent or resist. And again, that's the Tao of Leadership, Peter 1985. But I find all this neat little excerpts in this stuff, in Mom's stuff that, and then I just read them. So anyway, before I do sign off for the day, I want to say, acknowledge today as one of those days that go down in infamy. I didn't realize it too. It was a year ago today. My pal Jill, she's in Omaha. She lives in Omaha. That she lost her son. Well, actually, technically, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, but she's reliving the whole day, how it panned out, and like at the hospital, and then having to tell people to come say goodbye because they can't do anything for them, and so watching all these people come in that he loved and that loved him, 14 years old, because his somebody gave him a granola bar and he had a peanut allergy. And so, and I didn't realize this. Jill's best friend, I remember I was at Jill's wedding when she married. They're not married no more. But they co-parent real good. And losing a child together, even when you're not, it's just, it's nothing. Nobody ever wants to their course of their life to go down that direction. And so I kind of been like energetically with around her today, kind of like that. And I saw that her best friend's birthday is like the Friday that because it happened on a Friday, and then like he died like Saturday morning. It was like the day before Mother's Day. It was just like every shitty freaking possible thing. And it's like, of course it's the family that, I mean, aside from the divorce, they had, but it is ultimately the most tragic thing that's happened to any of these people. You know what I mean? Like, and to see that it started like on her, or it happened on her best friend's birthday, made me think of Jessica when she died. She died on her daughter's 18th birthday and her granddaughter's second birthday. When my sister Jessica died, September 23rd, 2023. I took her off my Facebook as my sister. I got the other day, cause cause I don't have relatives, and she was listed, and I'm like, dude, I wasn't her sister. She didn't even tell people that she had a sister. Which, I'm off the hook, so I don't have to grieve as much, because people that don't exist, they don't grieve. So, anyway. Yeah, I get hurt. I get my feelings hurt. I do. And then I go into why I get my feelings hurt. Yeah. And people have told me my whole life, Marge, you want to give people your power? I give people a little power from some time. If they want to hurt my feelings, what they're trying to do is to hurt my feelings. Yeah, it's hurtful. People do hurtful shit to me. I get my fucking feelings hurt. We're not being acknowledged. At least I fucking acknowledged her. The whole world knew her as my 0.5, but at least they know that she fucking existed.
How old was she?
39.
39?
Yep. Just turned 39. Living that best life. That's why I don't. It's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.